What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Sometimes you just don't have a fire team to get done some of these weekly bounties. In this video I'm going to show you how to get done the weekly bounty from Spider for the Gravetide Summoner. It does cost you 5 ghost fragments to pick this bounty up, so if you're running low on those, just do a quick patrol or public event on the Tangled Shore and you'll be able to buy this bounty. Once you get it, you got to head over to Titan. More specifically, you want to head to the rig, and that's where the adventure for this Gravetide Summoner takes place. Before you do that though, make sure you go to any public event and rally to the flag. This way you have full super, full heavy ammo, and it'll make your adventure that much easier. Once you do those things, fast travel to the rig and cut through where the public event for the Hive normally takes place. You can avoid all these guys, no need to fight them. Your main objective is the Gravetide Summoner. So we're going to cut through here. You want to go around to the left, over these steps, and down the next set, and that's where the adventure is. So here's the adventure. We're going to pick this thing up. Recommended power is 540. It should get a little bit easier here though, because it has been a few weeks since Forsaken came out. My character right now, I'm using not my best gear, but I'm using some pretty good gear, and my light level is 562. For my heavy weapon, as you can see, I'm using Sleeper Simulant. I'm on my Striker Titan, and I do have the Skull Fort equipped. So once you get here to the Lost Sector, this is the DS Quarters 2 Lost Sector. And normally, this guy, Fallen Hull, is the wanted enemy. You can see right now he's a bit worse for wear though. And that's because he's fighting with the fallen enemies, as Hive are often want to do. So you want to take out all these guys. These are pretty weak enemies. You shouldn't have much issues. There are some exploding containers here. Always a good practice to take those out so that you don't get blown up by them by mistake. And you want to just go through and take out all these weaklings. If you don't have full heavy ammo, if you didn't rally to the flag, you should be able to get some here by doing this. Right now, I'm definitely conserving my grenades. I'm conserving my special ammo and my heavy ammo as well, because I want to save those for the more difficult encounter in this adventure. So we got a couple more enemies to take out, and then we'll get to the boss room. This is a pretty short Lost Sector, like most of the ones here on Titan are. It's nice that we had some heavy ammo drop here that could come in handy. So once you get to this red door, behind that red door is where the Gravetide Summoner is. This is a pretty difficult encounter because it is a enclosed space. There's a lot of enemies to deal with. You have cursed thralls, you have regular wizards, you have obviously the Gravetide Summoner. There will be some Hive Knights that spawn in here as well, and some Shriekers. But first though, before you can take on the Gravetide Summoner, you have to take out a underling of the Gravetide Summoner, and you'll see that enemy in just a second. First, I want to take out these cursed thralls. Once you start taking out the wizards, that's when the Gravetide Summoner's ogre comes into the picture. Also with the summoner is Gravetide thralls, and you'll notice here when I'm taking them out, they are a bit stronger than normal thralls, but when you kill them, you get an Ogre's Fury buff. And that really comes in handy when you want to take out the Gravetide Ogre. You may recall from Destiny 1, when you were doing Court of Oryx, there was a similar buff during those challenges as well. So right now we're making quick work of this guy. We also have some Shriekers that spawned in here too, so I want to take these guys out pretty quick, get this Ogre done. If you don't have Sleeper, a high impact sniper is probably your next best bet. After the ogre, get the Shriekers down because they do massive damage, and you gotta watch out for the Hive Knights. It's also good too if you have your super. Now is probably a good time to use it. Once the ogre goes down, that's when the Gravetide Summoner comes out to fight. But we're going to take out these other guys first. And you can see why it was a good idea to save my grenades, because I can use those as a backup and switch to the Aikilos to take out the Knights. Now I want to work on the Wizards. There's a Gravetide Summoner. That barrel almost killed me, but it did a massive amount of damage on her as well, which is good. And now we can just go in and mop her up. So this is not too bad of a challenge here. The biggest threat is avoiding these exploding barrels. You want to be able to take out the Gravetide Ogre really quickly. To do that, you want to take out the Gravetide Thralls. That'll give you the Ogre's Fury buff. Make sure you're using cover as best you can. Once you go through this red door, it does close behind you, so you are locked in. Make use of things like your Titan Barricade. That'll come in handy. Make use of your Rift if you're a Warlock. Not a bad idea to use Wormhusk if you're a Hunter. That can get you out of trouble as well. But this encounter isn't too bad. The Wizard itself is pretty weak. It's all the other ads you have to deal with. So take the Ogre down first. Use the Ogre's Fury buff to do some massive damage. A Sniper Rifle works great. Sleeper is always a wonderful option to use. If you have Whisper, that'll do a great job as well. Once you get down the Ogre, focus on the Shriekers. They're probably the most dangerous things after that. Then you want to take out the Knights and the other Cursed Thralls. That'll leave just the Gravetide Summoner, which is pretty weak. So hopefully this video is helpful. I know it's getting a little bit easier to do these lost sectors, to do these powerful gear bounties, because you are getting your character up past that 540 recommendation. But I wanted to make this for any solo player. So let me know if this was helpful in the comments. Let me know if you want to see more of these videos. Most importantly though, thanks for watching, and we'll catch up soon.